You see, like, and now what are you gonna say?
Wait, that's all you're saying?
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Guys, we've been recording. Mentally, you have to be prepared for that.
I wanted to tie everything in and just leaving room. Yo, what's up? It's CALSOSCOPED. I'm here at Florida State. You guys know I'm the creative director, but I also have my new assistant, Candace Hatch, and we're gonna be showing you guys a little bit of the renovation that we got going on in the more facility with the new updates and just some new artwork on the walls, because we do that. We do Photoshop stuff. What you got to say?
Yeah, super stoked, well needed. Can't wait to show you guys.
Bow. So this is just something slight. This isn't even more, but recently we started loving our room a little bit more, so we put that FSU creative sign right there. Looking sleek, looking clean. We try to keep it real clean, real neat, real unique. Hey, drop the beat.
That's it.
Gang. All right, this is the hollowed hallways. Floor 2.
The hall of hallways.
My movie action shot walk.
There's no, excuse me. Ladies
Still got swag. I played that off too clean. So as we're looking right now, this is the first quarterback room that was designed all by Candace, and as you're seeing at the end, that's Jordan Travis, and as you go along, you got Jameis Winston, Wanky, and then you have Charlie Ward. All greats that came to Florida State and had a great impact on the program and the history of the Seminoles. Now, I want Candace to show us and just tell us a little bit about why it's so important to have the right branding for your team, and not only your team, but for when recruits come in and they see the facility for the first time.
Yeah, so this wall is kind of dedicated to our new brand because we're going for a more lighter feel for the 2024 season. As you can see, we have this white background, whitish gray, and the hidden tribal pattern is on the sides. You can kind of see it more over here with this mountain because we're always climbing. But yeah, I just wanted something simple, unique, clean, and featuring some of our star quarterbacks.
Elegant. Straight like that.
So this is the quarterback room. Now we're about to head up to Norvell's outside office hallway so we can show you guys what the man did there.
Sure.
How are you? My girl.
All right, so this wall is right outside Coach Norvell's office right there. And what you do, or when Coach Norvell has recruits, they usually sit on these chairs right here when they're waiting to go into a meeting with them. Those chairs. So they sit there and they wait for a meeting with them. So right here is the academics wall. So this showcases not only the Seminole Scholar Patch, because Seminole Scholar Patch is something that he brought here. Athletes are not only athletes, they're on and off the field is important because you never know what life is going to be after football. Injuries come up, different business opportunities can arise. So it's good to get your academics and really stay in that, because at the end of the day, you are still a student. Here is just showcasing the success recently from the Cheez-It Bowl, and not only that, but recently winning the ACC championship. Obviously having a great, successful year, winning the Paul Bear Bryant Award, ACC Coach of the Year, Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year. So really just knocked it out of the park with everything, and that climb is being very showcased, and you can see the climb being showcased even further here with the awards and All-Americans wall that was created. This one took the longest amount of time, but I think I'm most proud of this one just because of the formatting of it. I feel like it came together to be really sleek and really clean. It dates back to 2020 when you see Asante Samuels, Marvin Wilson. A lot of great talent that's been here in the short amount of time that Norvell's been here, and you can obviously see the impact and continued success, continued improvement. So this is showcasing some of our best wins from this season, and my favorite one was Kalen DeLoach, because I actually caught a great photo of him during that Clemson fourth quarter. Yeah, it was the fourth quarter where he got the fumble and touchdown return. That was a big standpoint and a big, not even a turning point, but just putting a staple on the season because of the impact that that game had, winning against Clemson in their place. That was an intimidating environment, and coming out with a W was huge for us and our confidence throughout the season. We're walking to the wide receiver room right now. We're in the wide receiver room now. Behind me is the artwork that was created for the team, and just to once again bring camaraderie, and when recruits come in here, they really see the impact of the recruiting that we've had to put these athletes in place to have a great NFL career and success after, including 2 of the draftees that will be soon in the 2024 draft, Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson, both having big seasons. And while Keon's career here was short, that 1 year, he made a huge difference to the legacy of Florida State football.
The artwork on the wall is very similar to the quarterbacks. Again, we wanted to stick with our new brand guide for the 2024 season. So we got that kind of grayish background. The wide receivers just have pops of garnet and gold on them.
Now, I really like also the lettering on the wall. It's not anything too crazy, but it's a little bit of a 3D effect. Have a little bit of bevel that comes off the wall and gives it that pop that I feel like finishes the artwork and ties it all together. Seamless, clean, nothing too crazy, just clean. All right, now we're going to tight ends. Tea time. Let's go. Let me get the door.
Oh.
I got you. See, I'm a gentleman. All right, so now we're gonna be checking out the tight ends room. Follow me.
And me.
This room really is cool because of the collage, and it sets itself apart because no other rooms have that word wall. Candace was really creative in thinking of something that could disparage all the artwork and just give it this own feel. It's like a lot of players' favorites so far, even if they're not a tight end. Let me try to get into this seat real quick, my guy. But
It works.
So right here is Nick O'Leary, and he actually was part of our staff during the 2023 season. He's recently moved on, but obviously one of the Florida State greats, national championship, and played with Jameis Winston. Had a dignified NFL career. Joe Kaysen, if you're here and you want to play at Florida State, you're gonna be able to have greatness and chase greatness.
Just kidding, remember.
I didn't know it was gonna go to me.
The good thing about editing is you can cut.
The tight ends have this acronym called MUD, so MUD, which stands for mental toughness, utility, and discipline. Obviously, when you're playing the game of football, it's important to have these factors into when you play.
As a tight end, you have to know pass concepts, you have to know the run game, you have to know blocking, so you have to know everything. So mentally, you have to be prepared for that, because if you're not mentally tough, then when you get here and all the offense is thrown to you, you're going to get lost. You're not going to be able to do it. And especially when you get out there in front of all the people and everything's happening at once, and there's different looks, or something we practice all week isn't the way that we practiced it. You got to be able mentally to prepare and go back to what you learned. If you look at all the tight ends, they're on one of the special teams, like whether that's punt, field goal, punt return. You got to be disciplined in the way you eat, the way you act, and the way you study. Like, you have to be strategic in that, right? You have to know everything, just like the quarterback. And so I think that's kind of the importance of it. And the word MUD is specific because you got to do all of it, but like nobody really looks at the tight end, right? Unless you make a big play. But it's important on everything.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, who was the person that came up with like MUD, like besides you? Like, who came together? It was you and like...
It was me, Preston Daniels, and Jaheim.
There you have it right there. MUD.
Who else? Somebody, Jackson Weston. Because Jackson Weston, all his injuries, he's definitely made it out of the mud for sure.
Tough. Appreciate you.
Yep. Can't you want to repeat that?
MUD, as you can see, is all about putting in that dirty work.
All right, so this is one of the bigger walls that we renovated, where the stars come to shine. You got Jordan Travis, Trey Benson, and Jared Verse. And just by the composition of the piece is really where I wanted to tie everything in, and just leaving room. So in a designer's perspective, trying to leave room for, you know, our words to fit and the vending machine. So there's always little things that come into play when making something great. But the CLIMB acronym right there, everywhere we put on graphics a lot of times when we have recruits coming for official visits, and the full experience, because when you come here as a recruit to Florida State, you're gonna have the chance to shine because you have one of the most storied programs in the country and one of the most historic football successes in the country as well.
Definitely one of my favorite walls out of the ones we've done. Calvin really did a great job on this one. As you see, has some of our most recent players, so it's refreshing. This little texture here, which you can't see the whole thing, but it is of a mountain, so as he mentioned, we're always climbing up, and that's what we intend to keep doing. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of our walls. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
Guys! For real, we're really upgrading here at Florida State. Brandon's coming together. Got my guy Byron. But we're gonna head down to the auditorium, try to show you guys the schedule poster and that artwork, and then we'll wrap up for the video. Every day, every rep. We renovated the auditorium as well, so this is not the team room, but this is where they also hold meetings, and different classes will actually come in here. Just everything that's part of athletics kind of goes on here. The show me 1% every day, every rep. I really like creating that one. The meaning that it encompasses is very important, and when you come in here and you see something like that right above the door, you just know it's time to lock in, time to focus, and focus on your game days, focus on your practice every day, every rep, just like it says underneath. And looking up here, this is the huge climb wall schedule for the 2024 season. Kicking it off in Georgia with Georgia Tech. We'll be in Ireland, Dublin, so that's gonna be a cool trip. Here that we just renovated is the Knoll Way. Play smart, physical, fast, and to the finish. All right, so as you can see, just a lot of new renovations are on the way. It's been cool showing you guys a little bit of what I do. We have the new facility that's gonna be coming up sooner rather than later. In the next couple of years, we'll have a whole new football facility, so I'm excited to see that. A lot of the branding there is just gonna be really clean, because you see like how these buildings are a little bit older. So we do what we can to make them still have a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice, so that, you know, when a player comes here, they're not like, well, where's the graphics at when I go to all these competitive schools? They have super cool stuff. So we do what we can, and in time, it's gonna be even crazier.